Welcome into Black and Gold Insider, the show where we get to know the players of the Black and Gold a little bit better. I am Max Bretos, and we are joined by LAFC midfielder, winger, really a jack of all trades, Yaw Yeboah. How many positions do you think you can play?
That's a good question. I'm a mobile player, so I'm more flexible in so many positions. As a lot of people know, recently I've been playing so many positions back in Europe and of course also in the MLS, where you can see me as wing back, midfielder as number 8, as a right winger, as a left winger. Pretty much the same like I was playing back in Europe. So yeah, a lot of positions. I'm available whenever they need me.
Yeah, it makes you a very valuable player, certainly with
Yep.
LAFC.
Yep.
Tell us, this is a show where we get to know you a little bit better. Tell us about where you're from.
So I'm from Ghana. Right now I have my house in Accra. That's the capital of Ghana. But I was born like 8 hours away from Accra in a village. I have big family. I have 5 sisters. I have 4 brothers. So we kind of like a big family, which is fun, especially in December when I have to go off season back home to see everyone. Um, but yeah, from Ghana, born and raised in Ghana, and then I have all my family back in Ghana again.
So it's important to go visit them at the off season.
Yeah, off season. Yeah. I'm always there off season. Yeah.
You're not our first Ghanaian player. Do you know Latif Blessing, our first?
Yeah, I know them. I know Opoku. I know Latif. We talk day by day sometimes, because when I move in here, especially Opoku, because I'm very cool with Opoku. We play against each other a lot. And when I found I was coming here, I have to ask him a couple things, about how to, get some Ghanaian community, the people that he knows that he can connect with me with, to make my life a little bit more easier, knowing like I have some Ghanaians, fans here and family here as well.
Smart man, Yaw Yeboah. Because obviously our first was Latif Blessing, Kwadwo Opoku, now at Montreal, another Ghanaian player who's come through here, and I've spoken to them in the past, and we know Ghana is an African powerhouse, a world powerhouse in football. A lot of recognizable players, but not every player gets that opportunity to come out. Tell us about what you were able to do to get from Ghana and pursue your professional dreams in the exterior.
Yeah, so you're right. It's not a lot of opportunities in Ghana for young talent players like us to get out, to come to the to US or to anywhere to show our talent to the world. But with me, it started with school league, so we just have to get together. All the schools have to come together and play like a tournament. And then I got picked up by academy called Right to Dream, which a lot of is a little bit familiar because they are now partnership with San Diego. Um, Also, the owner is also the founder of FC Nordjylland in Denmark. So I got picked up by them when I was around 10 years old, and I was it was fun because we were just playing there, and they were teaching us a lot as well. We had school, we had everything, so they had to take me away from my family at that age where I have to go
Wow.
at a young age, which I have no family closer to me. But the thing is that I got told a lot that I will play soccer. I can turn to a professional. So for me, I just want to go out there and play. For me, it was like a joy to just go out on the street and just play. So I don't care. Sometimes I don't even eat, and I don't care. I just want to go and play because for me, it was like soccer was everything for me. So I just want to have fun, enjoy it. As far as there's no food, I'm playing soccer. I'm good. So I got picked by them, and they had partnership with Manchester City. So at the age of 15, I started playing with the national team, the youth national team, U17 Ghana, and Manchester City came over to the academy. They saw me playing against the national team, and they were like, "Oh, this kid is good. He has something special." So they keep monitoring me a lot, and I had a chance to go to Manchester at the age of 16 just to see how the environment is, and train with the first team. At that time, we had like Aguero, Yaya Toure, Adebayo, Robinho, Company, everyone. So for me, I was like, wow, coming all the way from the village and then to the academy and then all the way playing with like training with all these stars, like amazing.
I got,
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I got to stop you. At 10 years old, left your family, right to Dream Academy. So that's the place where they uh, teach you football, teach you about life. You take classes, you
Yeah,
grow up. So at 10 years old, you did that. And then at 16, you're over with Manchester City.
yeah. So I was for me when I came out, I wasn't able to speak English. All I could say is my name is Yao, and that's it. So they taught us a lot in the academy, which is still happening now because we have a lot of college students in America, like free scholarship in America, like almost like 40 or more students here in America. So they give two opportunities. It's either you go as a professional soccer player or you go as a college to study abroad, you know. So they had that. And for me, I realized that at 10 years old, I was going to play. I was going to be a professional soccer player. So all I wanted to know was mathematics and to learn English to have interviews like this. So I was really focused and straight on English and mathematics, you know. So for me, but I had a chance to study all the subject, but the ones that I was taking more serious was more like English and then mathematics, you know. So for me, I was like, okay, I was getting there, and yeah, it happened that I go to Manchester City to see the environment, and that motivates me a lot. Train with these players, and at the age of 17, I was with Ghana U20, and I won African Best Player, and they were like, you know what, we're not letting this kid go anywhere. We have to sign him. So at the age of like 17, getting to 18, I signed my professional contract with Manchester City, like 5 years contract with Manchester City. So I was like, okay. So what happened was at that time, I wasn't able to play in England because in England the work permit is different from Europe because they are not like European, you know, union where you get a work permit easy in a week. So at that time, I think you have to play like 75% with the national team to be able to play in England. And at that time, I was so young where the national team they were not counting like on young players at that time. You know, it's not the same like right now. You see 16 years old, 17 playing the national team high level. At that time was different. So what they did was they had to send me on loan to like clubs where they think that I would develop well, you know. And then after off season, I have to come back to Manchester and do the preseason with them, and then go back again. So they took me to Lille, which is like one of the best teams also in France, League One. A good experience for me. I went there. I played 1 year. I came back, and they took me back again to FC 20, which is Netherlands, where there's a lot of young players playing Dutch league. So for me, it was like perfect. I played almost every game there. I went to Oviedo in Spain, second division, you know. And then after that, I was like, you know what? It's been too much of long. I want to belong to a team, you know, so I can call it home, you know. And then I got kind of like sold to Numancia, which is the second division in Spain. And I played 1 season there. It went good. And I had a coach in Celta Vigo who wanted me on loan there. So I went to Celta Vigo, and then as soon as
Back
I
on
go to
loan.
Celta Vigo, yeah, as soon as I go to Celta Vigo, the coach was, you know, kicked out, you know, because he wasn't getting the results, so he was out. And for me, I was like, oh, okay, hold on, now the coach is out. But what I did with Numancia, my contract, I had in my contract that if the team go to relegation, I'm free. So that year, when I went on loan to Celta Vigo, the team was on relegation. They went down. So I was a free player. And then COVID hit. So when COVID hit, I wasn't playing Celta Vigo the first team because of COVID and also because the coach also left. So for me, I was like, okay, so now COVID is in. And then I got called to the Ghana U23 for the Olympics qualification in Egypt. And I was the captain for Ghana for the U23. So kind of my loan in Celta Vigo, I wasn't really there because I have to go to Ghana with the national team and be the captain for the U23 in the Olympics level. That's what happened. And when I came back after the Olympics game, when I came back to Celta Vigo, the season was almost over. So I have to play like 8 games with the second team, and which is okay because for me, I needed game time, you know. After that, I sat down and I got a new agent, of course. I sat down, I think about it. I said, listen, I've been to so many clubs, so many places. Yeah, sometimes going good, sometimes going good, sometimes not, you know. So let me just think about where I can go to put a spotlight on every club to see if I can have that level of that Manchester City kind of level to see. So I thought about it, and the best decision for me was to go to Poland. So I realized that Poland was in the middle of everywhere, and for me getting there will expose me to every league. It's close to
Really?
Germany. It's close to Germany. It's close to Italy. It's close to everywhere. So I went to Poland to visit Krakow, and I had a fantastic season. Within 1.5 year, I left. I was sold to Columbus. So my story is like, yeah,
I, yeah, I laugh because the next question I was going to ask was, do you remember every club you went to? And now you just listed them all off.
I
You
do.
remember the loans. You
Mhm.
remember the new agent.
Yeah.
It's important. I mean, it's a photographic memory for footballers, know about your journey. And your passport must be crazy. You must have,
Yeah, I have like three passports actually. Like
you got
two
to
of
put
them
new
is full.
pages.
Yeah, two of them is full, and one I'm using one now. But yeah, I do remember all of these memories because it's been part of me, and knowing that a boy coming from like a village with nothing, getting this opportunity to show, and also not about me personally. It's also to go there and show so that the next generation from Right Dream, the next generation from Ghana, can also benefit from it. So for me, it was like it was a kind of like giving back to me, giving back to my community, or giving back to my country as well. Like right now, we have players like Asamoah and Stephen Appiah from Ghana, where they paved the way for us, for Ghanaians football or soccer to look how it is now. Where in the whole world, when people are talking about soccer, they bring Ghanaians like nation team like Asamoah. So it was a way for me also to go there and show that, and then the next generation can also benefit from it. So I look like that in a way of giving back, and of course, especially to my small village back in Ghana,
That's
where the boys have so much talent, where they think like they cannot get anywhere. So when they see me on the television, and they were like, "Oh wow, I can also at least Yah was here with us, and now he's there, so I can also be somebody one day if I'm focused and I'm patient. That opportunity comes.
that's amazing. And hopefully, folks in Ghana are tuning in to see this, to see how well Yao
Yeah.
has done. I'm a West Ham supporter. My favorite Ghanaian player is Mohamed Kudus. Oh, who's your guide? Is it Asamoah Gyan?
I mean, those are the players that played earlier on that put the spoiler on Ghanaians. But right now, currently, he's one of the best players that we have in Ghana right now. After Asamoah and Sule Muntari and all these ones,
So many.
so many, and
They
he
said
he is
small
actually,
group, and now they're
yeah,
like,
yeah, and he's actually coming from Red Dream. So when I was there, I was the player that he was looking up to. So right now, when I talk to him, he still mentioned like, "Hey, Yao, you were the player that I was looking up to." Every time when they have game, he comes to me and asks me, "Hey, what do you think about my game? I could have done something better." So we are more connected, and one thing that is taking Ghanaian players more far or right to dream. Actually, let me put it that way: is that we think about the next generation, because right to dream is just like a foundation where people are coming in, young players are coming in and out, in and out, in and out. So when you think about the next generation, then you know the agenda that you have in front of you, and then you know that you're going for something for yourself, but also for somebody, or even your, I don't know, for like your brothers or your sisters, or your children in the future. So yeah.
the children are our future, and you guys have created a network, so you
Yep.
guys all stay in touch. It's very important to be from Ghana and to help out fellow Ghanaians. So I'm just going to recap this. You're from a village, what, 8 hours from Accra, you said, right?
Yeah.
Went to Manchester City, then went to French football, Dutch football, Spanish football, Polish football, and now MLS. And you were at
Yep.
the Columbus Crew, where I, it's worth mentioning because when you arrived, LAFC played the Crew in the 2023 MLS Cup final. You scored the game-winning goal for the Crew. And everyone's like, oh, this Yaw Yeboah guy.
Yeah.
And then you end up at LAFC. What was it like when you walked through those doors of some of the guys that you beat for the MLS Cup? What did they say to you?
Yeah, I mean, when I walk in here, some of them were making fun, like, "Oh, you scored us, you scored, and now you're here." But it's just fun for them to welcome me very well, knowing that I'm one of the players that they need in the team, because LA is like a big team that they are always competing for trophies, and I'm also coming from a place where I'm used to winning. I'm used to winning games and winning trophies. So it makes everything more fun. That the guys here in the locker room ready to compete and ready to win trophies, and that's what this club is for. To play for each other and support. But it has nothing to do with no hate. They welcome me very well with love, laughing. Sometimes they make some joke. Oh, you scored us, but at the end of the day, it's a game that we're all playing, and then yeah, and we are all family, so it's pretty good right now.
When did you hear about the interest when John Thornton or Steve Cherundolo reached out to you and said, "Hey, we're interested in bringing you to LAFC"? What was that like?
So when I finished with Columbus, I was back home in Ghana to see my family, and then I think I came back to Toronto to get my US visa because I wanted to return to America. So when I was there, Neil reached out to me saying that, hey, are you still free transfer? I said, yeah, I'm free. But I was actually talking to clubs in like Dubai, Saudi, back to Europe. Even I was talking to my old club in Poland because they are now. When I left Poland, they went to second division and there's been striking since then. They want to come up again, so they was like, "Can you please come back, help us?" So I was still negotiating something with them, and then negotiating with some clubs in Saudi, China, a lot of places. But I was also waiting to get the best one. And the fact that I was so used to MLS that I've been here for 3 years and I know the league so well, I know the players so well. I didn't want to rush, into it. But I would say this because before the season finished, I had offer already from San Diego,
Hmm.
but we were still negotiating, but it was just like a bit slow. And at the end of the day, they choose another player, because I was taking it slow. Because for me, it's like, yeah, San Diego is great. It's a new team. Yeah, it's also like part of Right to Dream kind of history because the owner is also Right to Dream. But I met him. I met him in Ghana. I told him about it. He said, "Yeah, I know San Diego and Right to Dream have partnership and all that. But at the end of the day, you choose where is better for you because you've established yourself so well in the league where everybody knows you." And for me, I was like, San Diego is a great option, great team. They're coming out with great, a lot of good stuff coming out. But I just have to make decision with also with my family to know where to be. And at the end of the day, when LA came to me, I had nothing to say than to say yes, because for me, they are kind of like established team already and already winning trophies. And for me, I was like, I want to be part of that team right now. And yeah, San Diego can come in and win trophies this year, but at least I know the history of LAFC, and the team that's already established and the team that I played against. And for me, it's like it was easy a decision for me to make. So he reached out to me and saying that, hey, yo, are you still free? I said, yeah. He said, hey. I spoke to Steve. I spoke to everyone, and we really want to get you here, so you can stop negotiating with any club. And then I was like, okay, give me some days. So we kind of go into like a group chat because I was in Toronto, and then we finished everything. And then for me, it was just to travel here and to get started.
Well, hey, Yaw Yeboah, we're so happy you made that decision. San Diego's nice, but LA is LA. I mean, we got everything. Is there anything you've lived in the United States a few years? Anything you want to do in LA while you're a member of LAFC? Something that's on your list?
Um, I'm more like a working guy, just like the history of
Take
my
care of
where.
business.
Yeah, I'm more like a working guy, just based on the history of where I'm coming from, So I'm more like focused on the job, like to go to training, do well, get to games, win games, and then after that, it's like you have your free days, you can choose to do whatever. So whatever come up, like now I'm looking to go to like Lakers game, so something that come about now. I'm so focused on the soccer, the training and the games, and then when I get my off days, like whatever come out, because I cannot predict where, when, or where, but whatever come out, so I'm good to go with my family.
Well, that's amazing, Yao. Yaw Yeboah, welcome to Los Angeles. Welcome to LAFC. You got your ring. I know you can now pursue another ring here with the black and gold. And we will talk to you very soon. And for all the folks tuning, I'm sure tuning into Ghana, checking on how you're doing, they're going to be very happy to see you're doing great.
Thank you. Thank you
All
so
right.
much. All right.
Anything you wanted to say at the end?
No, it's just great to be here, and I can't wait to win more trophies.
Let's go. Let's
No,
go.
let's go. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Yaw Yeboah joining us here on Black and Gold Insider. This is what we do. We get to know our players a little better. We'll be back again next time. Until then, this is Max Bretos saying, let's go, Black and Gold.